Thank you so much and welcome to another episode of this podcast. Is a special edition, and today we'll be looking at the current price of commodities in the market and the hardship in the country. Today again, just like I have in the studio with me a media personality, Joe Max. Joe Max, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much, Dansofo.
I know you know that the current hardship in the country is something entirely, that is worrisome. How have you been managing the situation, the hardship? Tell us, how have you been managing?
You see, this country, God has blessed us with something that we have the ability to adapt to some things. But this one now, we are adapting and we are crying. We're adapting and we are crying.
It's so crazy.
Because you see, when you say people are going through a lot, I think a lot is a person, and a lot lives in the house of everybody. So everybody are not we are not going through a lot. We are carrying a lot about.
A lot is staying with us.
We are carrying a lot about. So you see, just so bad that you got something last night. This morning you are skeptical of going to the store to ask for the same thing because you are not even sure if the price has not tripled.
No, do you know how marketers now, people who sell, do you know how they do it now? When you come to buy, they say, okay, wait, my brother, wait to make and they come. As you see them carry phone, bros,
just pray their call is not answered.
because as they are coming back, once they tell you 5,000 naira, as they are coming back, the money has gone to 9,000.
9,000.
It's just like that. Things have just gone so bad in this country that people are no longer taking their 3 square meal again.
If you're talking of 3 square meal, if you can do 201, 101 rather, to get 2 square meal, go to the church and mosque and give testimony.
Sometimes, do you know the people I pity more? I pity the salary earners.
Now look at it.
Because imagine that your salary is 30k. 30k is the minimum wage. You understand?
When if you wage our tire?
That cannot wage your problem. So now, how would they cope? You have a family of 4, for instance, or
reduce it to 2.
Imagine how are you going to feed them. Sometimes I used to imagine that a lot of people are going to die of depression.
People are dying of depression already. If you think that people are going to die, they are dying of depression already. Something happened. I saw a video going on rampage now that an elderly man was on the road. He collapsed.
Thank you.
Because he was hungry. Not like it.
I was thinking plenty of thoughts.
If he was to be in church or maybe one deliverance center in a mosque now or church, you would say maybe he fell under anointing. That's when he fell with annoyance.
Annoyance.
He was hungry. Now, how was he able to get resuscitated? Somebody, a good Samaritan, brought food for him and a chilled bottle of drink. And the young man was able to start after.
That is one out of many.
You understand? One out of many. Yesterday I was just walking under the famous Ganaja flyover. I was coming and I saw this man more like gasping for air. I couldn't really fathom. I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was one of these tricks. You know how street guys can be. But I had a bottle of Coke with me. I had drank small from it. And mind you, a bottle of Coke is now 400.
That one is another surprising thing.
So I stopped by, like, what's happening? What's going on? He could barely talk. I held him, and then the highest first aid I could give that time was a bottle of Coke. Trust me, he took it and he was able to stand.
You can imagine.
So we had to share my remaining 500 naira. 300 to him, 200 to me, because 200 was enough to carry me home.
See, it's so bad that people that you don't expect, you least expect, they go about begging. Those that can't do it during the time, they come out at night asking for 10 naira, 100 naira.
And you won't believe it that these people really need it at those points.
Yes, it's so bad.
So bad and pathetic, and it's a sorry situation we found ourselves in now.
Okay, now let me ask you. I get to imagine when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the current president of Nigeria, when he was campaigning, a lot of people were, the slogan was
renewed hope.
Renewed hope. And currently, I imagine if the hope is actually renewed, considering the current situation.
Wait, I have this device with me right now, and this is a small phone that if there's a newer version of this phone, I can take this to the office, the store, and then have it swapped for a new one. But that's because I have it.
Yes.
Where is the hope? Do we have hope?
As it stands.
As it stands, it doesn't look like we have hope, because if you have hope, that's when you can say, okay, it has been renewed.
Yes.
Right now, it doesn't look like we have hope. And just to remind you, a lot of persons that used to have, like we're discussing somewhere, a lot of persons that used to have the pictures of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu as their DPs, and
they have all removed them.
I have removed mine somewhere that I had it. You know, but seriously, I was one of the persons that voted for the President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, and that was because of a lot of things that we thought he was going to get right and all of that.
But a lot of people will tell you that it's too early to start complaining. That is not,
if it's too early to start complaining, is it not too early to go through this kind of pain?
Then another thing that I'll tell you again is that in my native language, they will tell you that Allah di Kianyo. But as it stands now, as it is now, we can't really predict what the Sunday looks like.
No, you understand? We can't predict what it looks like because we don't even understand the Saturday we are in now.
Yes.
If you understand the Saturday, you say, okay, there's going to be a better Sunday. So now look at it from this angle. The times we have, I voted for a president that I want to hold accountable. So I will not stop holding him accountable, calling him to, back to the responsibilities if I feel he's not. I am suffering. Nigerians are suffering. The people who came up with the fact that, yes, they didn't want this president to come in are laughing and also suffering.
Yeah, so it's...
But we are now crying and suffering. So I think theirs is now a little better.
But the suffering is both the who voted and who didn't vote.
Who didn't vote? You understand now?
You understand? So you can't go to police station and tell them, I'm Bola Tinubu, the Batman.
So give me for 200 naira.
You understand?
You can't even buy it for 640.
It's not like that. So it's telling on all of us. So that's the beauty of it. Then let's look at the palliative. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu saw that a lot of things was not going well, he saw that there were, people were going through a lot. He brought out palliatives and sent 5 billion naira to state governors. That money, let's look at it. How was it utilized? Do you think it was properly managed, by state governors?
You see, I'm glad that the President Ahmed Bola Tinubu have these people as part of his team. David Umahi, the current Minister of Works, and then Minister of FCT. You see, these people love monitoring so well that when they give out contracts, they monitor it to the end. I will fault President Ahmed Bola Tinubu for the release of that money to even some governors that were already on their way out of the house.
Yes.
You gave them this money. Now you did not monitor how they were going to use this money. These governors took these monies, embezzled and did whatever they could with it. Nothing to show for it. A good number of them. So
is the blame now going to the president or to the governors who refused
personally giving it
to manage the money that was, the money that was disbursed to them?
The governors have
to alleviate the suffering of their people.
The governors have their troubles, but I want to blame the president for not monitoring, because if you are a father, you send Imran to school. Imran gets to school and returns. It is your responsibility to say, hey, boy, let me see your note. Or you go carry the note by yourself even without telling the son.
But the son should have known what to do at the right time.
Good. That is if you have told the son what to do. And then when the son did not do what you have told him to do, did you call the son back to order? So the blame
should go to the governor.
I am giving it to both of them, but I'm giving the lion's share of the blame to the president.
Okay, now as it is now.
Sorry to come in this way. Let me round up like this. I think David Umahi, the current Minister for Works, when he was governor of Ebonyi State, actually had Commissioner for Works, right? Did he rely on his Commissioner for Work? I practically have seen him. I went there to take case studies where I have seen him monitoring projects by himself. Times when he needs to sanction his Commissioner for Work, he will sanction him. Times when he need to pursue some contractors from that site and renew cancel their contracts and give it outrightly to a new one, he will do so. So where is the proactive tendency of our president? Okay,
so now let's move away from that and come back to the price of commodities.
Okay.
What is the actual cause of this hike in prices of commodities on a daily basis? Every second, every minute you go to the market, you always see an increase in price of products.
Yes, everyone throws it back to the increase in dollar, the rising of the dollar. But I would take that as one of the reasons, because I see the major reason as our sheer wickedness towards ourselves. When you buy something, you go into the room now, and you want to buy something, and then the man tells you, hold on. As in they carry that phone, make it go make call. Just pray, make that call no connect.
Definitely. As it's coming out, he's telling you
something of 3,000 naira you bought this morning. As he's calling this afternoon, he's telling you, my brother, you don't put money. As he don't put money,
you don't get choice. You go buy.
You have to buy.
Yeah.
You have to buy. You know, we are in a serious mess here, where we are surely wicked to ourselves. Yes.
See, let me tell you, before you move further, I have a guy who sells mobile phones.
Okay.
And we were discussing earlier this morning, and when he told me that the phone that he used to sell for about 300,000 naira or thereabouts, about January, now the same phone is going for 600,000 naira.
Okay.
Now. So now, if you check very well, you know, this price of product or of things in the market is not actually just limited to food items.
Food items, it's everything that we have in the market.
You understand?
Everything.
But phone's own is very well understandable.
Because it is what we consume every day.
Apart from that, they buy it, you know, they import the phones, you know.
Okay, yes, phone.
Yes. And they deal, you know, the transaction is in dollar.
Yes,
you understand? So
yes.
that one is very understandable. But let's talk about food items. Is it dollar? Because a mechanic will talk to you about dollar. You understand? A shoemaker will talk to you about dollar. You understand? So is it about dollar, or what else are we not knowing?
We are living a whole lot of things, a whole lot of stones unturned. A friend of mine who operates a provision store was telling me, giving me the excuse, because I had to engage him in a talk. Why do you have to sell to me what I bought yesterday, adding 100 naira to it? And it was like, he just got information that the price has increased in the market. And if he does not sell like this, he will not be able to buy more.
Yes.
I had to know. I told him he was wrong. Because if you bought something 100 naira, your aim is to gain back your 100 naira and make a little profit on it.
Okay.
So why not finish that stock?
No, it won't work like that. A businessman will not tell you it
Yes.
Why? Because now, at the time I went to the market to buy a product,
Yes.
I bought it for 100 naira. I brought it to the store.
Yes.
Tomorrow, the price has, you know, increased, has risen to 200 naira.
Yes.
If you come to my place, I'll sell it for you 250
Yes.
or 220. Why? Because I needed to go back to the market to buy at the current rate, which will be around 200. So do you expect me to go back to the savings I have?
No, I don't expect you to go back to your savings and then buy. But must you buy the same quantity you had bought before?
If I don't add money, how will I now be able to stay in business?
Okay, now let us argue. I think we're going to. I think our viewers will have to give us some things on in the comment section when we're going to get this, because I want to ask a question.
Because me, I will not agree on this particular aspect of it.
If I bought, for instance, Apple, at 100 naira, this morning, and I am to sell tomorrow. Now tomorrow I've bought it at 100 naira already. Tomorrow morning I am not going to buy from Apple. The market again. Now people are going to buy Apple from me, and my aim is to get 50 naira on each Apple, meaning I'm to sell Apple 150. At 150. Now if I bought 100 Apple and I'm to sell the 100, if the next day that I'm to begin my sales, I have now heard that there is a little increment in the price, my first priority is to ensure that I make that gain I was supposed to make, not running at loss.
No,
if we are to,
business is not done that way.
Business is not done that way. But if we are to be honest with ourselves, we have to.
No, if I continue to, if I going by this explanation, and if I insist on selling for that 150 naira, which was the initial price, mind you, price has increased.
Good.
In the market,
in the supply zone.
You understand? It has gotten to 200 naira.
Good.
I have to use the current price to sell now, so that I'll be able to go back to buy.
You see,
because if I sell for 100 naira, for 150 naira, no, listen very well.
I'm listening.
If I sell for this 150 naira,
if
I go back to the market, where do you expect me to get additional 50 naira to make it up to 200 naira to buy more?
The simple calculation is this: if we were to be humane to ourselves, I bought 100 Apple. At 100 naira with intentions of selling for 150 naira. Now, if the price has increased and the supplier did not request extra money
my expenditures to the gain.
Yes, that is why the expenditures have been put into consideration. That is why you have everything 50 naira added to the 100 naira that you have bought it. Yeah. So if you are going to sell it at 150, everything has been factored in, and then you are going to sell at 150. Please, if you are to be considerate, like an average house man that I know, not the adulterated ones now, will first consider what he has purchased from the market, as far as the supplier has not imposed any other extra fee for him to pay on this very product. So if you are going back to the market, you should do your calculation. If I bought 100 apples before, I should think of buying 50 now that the price has added. Now that it is now
selling growth or...
Yes, this is what we meet. This is what we have met now in our society.
Now let's round this particular session up. Now, if you say, okay, let's assume I sell it for that 150 naira.
Yes.
And I go back to the market. I have the 150 naira on each of the apple, 100 pieces of apple. So I've made my gain and I've made my sales. You understand?
Yes.
And now apple is 200 naira in the market. How do I buy?
Yes.
I have to reduce the number of
apples you buy.
I will go tomorrow, I will sell for 250 naira. I will go tomorrow, apple has gotten to 300 naira. I will still reduce the number of apple I will buy.
No,
that is how people liquidate business.
Yes. These are, desperate measures. Desperate times requires desperate measures, and I'm looking at it from the angles of having to be humane to ourselves. All right. So excuse me, it is not going to be too right for us to keep this increment going. And it is really telling on us.
Now, let's forget about all of these, arguments now and move further. How do you think all of this price hike, hike in price can, be reduced? How can we curb this, current situation?
Okay, the truth is, this is a sad reality. And once a reality is before you, accept it. So now, I'll first of all make a solemn call to those who already are well-to-do. Reach out to as many as you can. Yes, please, because it has come to a very alarming rate. Private individuals, private organizations, philanthropists, reach out to as many as you can. There are people that you can go through, and they know people who are having serious bad times financially. Because
give them support.
Give them support. I was discussing with a pastor friend, and I told him, he was talking of the possibility of having some kind of programs. Now, I say, yes, it's fine, but we need to reduce some of those things now, because we need to channel the monies into helping some persons. A student is going out looking for a girl child is going out looking for a man to sleep with to get money.
Yeah.
If she had that money, she won't go out.
This has actually brought out a lot of immorality.
Of course. Of course. Boys that are going out to steal now. I caught somebody in my farm stealing cassava last week.
Younger.
I looked at he's an elderly man actually. And I was like, oh man, I knew him to have a cassava farm.
Yeah.
What's happened to your own cassava farm? It was like,
no money to
your brother's been done steal him. Oh. That's his own son. They removed it without him knowing. They had to use it, and then they stole it. But this man now needed money. I saw him in my own farm. And when my boy wanted to complain, I said, no, which person cassava they steal? Now Joe Mark's own. Now me get them before they fit steal him. But truly, it is a bad time. So everybody, we just have to be up and doing. And government, please come in and do some monitoring. Like, I can't remember the name of this shop that was closed down sealed in Abuja because they were inflating prices. They were inflating cost of these things.
There should be price monitoring team.
The price monitoring team. Let it be a continuous thing, not the one day thing. You just do it down for what house will call balazana, so that people will know that they work, and then you go back to your shelf. No, let there be a price monitoring team that will check around, ensure that these things are in place.
States, yes.
You understand? So I think we just can get through this.
And again, if it's possible, if you ask an ordinary person, they will tell you that let the fuel subsidy, the removal
be returned.
You understand? So that transportation can.
I've joined those ordinary people. So in asking for
if it's possible, let the government,
the government will have to look back,
because nothing is really favoring an ordinary person as it stands now.
As we close, I hope you know that cement is something else.
Yes, cement is another thing. And
12,000 naira.
I used to wonder before they say 4,050 naira.
4,050 naira that they reduced it to. They were still doing black market of selling 5,000 naira. We were complaining. Little did we know that Shege Pro Max was coming for us.
It's not actually their fault if you ask me. Do you know again?
Okay.
Price of diesel. A liter of diesel is around 1,200 naira assistance now.
I am begging the government to open border. Let us export cement. To import cement. Let us import cement.
Is that the best for us?
If they start importing cement, you would be surprised that Bo and Dangote will bring this thing down. These guys are playing politics with our lives.
Is it really their problem?
The cement they send out, they produce the cement from this country, send out to another country, and they sell it at very low prices.
Yeah, but you are not considering the fuel, the diesel.
We are considering that.
You understand? The trucks consume a quite number of liters of what is it called, diesel, to move this from warehouse or from the manufacturing house to distributors.
Okay, I want to throw this to our audience and even to everyone who may think of, I want you to do a research, do a check. If cement were to be imported to the country, if it will not affect the current price now, go and do a recheck and have an understanding of this. Honestly, I know that the price of diesel has gone up and then it's affecting, but it has not come to the point where we have taken it to.
Well, this whole discussion is so big, it's so massive right now, because a lot of people are going through a lot, just like I've been saying, and it's no longer funny in this country. People can no longer eat. People, people thinking, the thought of what I'll eat is killing a lot of people, a lot of Nigerians, and we are tired. You understand? So if this message gets to you or the president, let him do what's doing, so that our people don't die of starvation, of hunger. I think this is where we are going to draw the curtain of this discussion.
Yes.
And see how far and what else we can talk about next time. In case you have a live experience you want to share on this podcast session or here right now, you can actually call any of the numbers, or you can reach out to any of us and let you come into the studio and make your live experience, shared. Until next time, I am Dan Sofo Jr. and with me it's been Joe Max. Joe Max, thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for always coming to the studio. And next time, I think we should be having more people in the studio to talk about this. Having more than 1, 2, 3 guests, and let's have it discussed.
Yes,
it will be more fun.
To be more fun and then more informative.
All right, thank you. Until next time, I still remain Dan Sofo Jr. and
Joe Max.
Peace out.